Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's me, Fortune, the Data Boy channel. This is the beginning of the MySQL series for data analytics, and in our first video we'll be talking about how we can start up the MySQL workbench, our select statement, our show, and then a lot of things, the use statement, and how to input data into our table, creation of table, and all of that. So in this series, this video begins the series, and by the end of the series you should have become a pro in MySQL and writing like a pro. So stay tuned, stay blessed, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and turn on the notification panel to receive updates from me. Thank you. Alright guys, we'll start from downloading our MySQL installer, and we'll start up our workbench and all of that. So as you can see, I will paste the link in the description below. We have our version 8.0.44. then I chose that, and then our operating system is obviously Microsoft Windows. So we'll get this and we'll download that, and we'll just click no thing, starts my download. It shouldn't take time. Yup, I think it's done. Just chill. Alright, that is it. Then we'll click on it, and then we'll see, want to allow this. Yep. So let's chill. Yes. Alright, we'll follow the steps one by one, and then we'll create our password for it. And then, so let's do choosing the setup type. Do you want it to be server only, or so we can say, alright, install server only installs only the Microsoft SQL Server product, client only installs Microsoft client product, and then full installs all included Microsoft product and features, so from the server to the client and all of that. So you can read it. This type should be used when you want to deploy a MySQL server but will not be developing a MySQL application. Installs the tools required for MySQL application but does not include the MySQL server itself, so we do not have to choose this. Then full should install all the products available in this catalog, including MySQL server, MySQL shell, MySQL router, MySQL workbench, documentation. So I think I'll go for full, so because it has the packaged all packed file and all of that. So let's go. Ready to download. It does all this. You can see MySQL server 8.0.44, the workbench, the shell, the router, the documentation, and every. It downloads it, and let's execute. Hold up. Alright. We'll let everything download.
Why is it showing back?
Oh wait, okay, that's done, and then everything has been completed. That's the high details. It shows every log that was completed during the download, and then everything is complete.
Okay.
And we'll move on to the next, which is the products configuration. So let's configure the products. We'll click on next.
Executed the rest.
And you have this. You have the development computer.
It's all done. All downloaded. Everything we need for our installation has been downloaded.
Complete, so every other thing.
Next onto the installation.
So this is for the server.
section.
This is server computer.
And let's see how to install.
There's the dedicated computer. So we'll go for the development computer, and then we'll check on the show advanced. We'll also check on the show advanced layering option, so login option rather. So let's see if we can check it, and I don't think we'll need it though, but let's check it and see. Nah, I don't think we need it, so we'll just unclick it, and then we'll move on to the next, and then so we have to input a password which is recommended, so we'll go for the recommended option. So as you can see, we'll just input a password, and that password is what will enable us to access our workbench. Do you get what I'm saying? We'll move on to the next, and then we'll input our password, and that's my password. And anytime we want to log into the workbench, you'll see it. So move on to the next, and then we'll have the Windows service. So these are everything you see. Just move on to the next, and then we'll click on the
this server, this is asking for permission. So yes, we will have to like grant it permission, obviously. So that's like asking for permission. So next, and then apply our configurations of what we have done so far. So this does it. So it's complete. So we'll click on finish, then we'll go back to product configuration, and then we'll click on next, and then you can see everything here is not really, there's nothing to change here. So we'll move on to click on finish. So there's literally nothing to do here. So our product configuration again next, and then we'll input the password we wrote. So just input it, and then yeah, I think it's, we'll check it, and yeah, we're good to go. So next, so just click on execute, and allow that. Yeah, it's done. So let's click on finish, and we're almost there. So you click on next, and that's all. So try to click on finish. So this is the power, the Microsoft MySQL shell. So to display it now, so this is our workbench. This is where we work, this is where we do our work, this is what we do. So as you can see, we input our password that we used, that we configured, the password we configured. Do you remember? So you click on it. So this is how our MySQL display page looks like. As you can see, there's a very big workspace, and very nice it looks. So you have to, like, as you move on with me, you learn everything. So that's the file tab. So file tab tells us what we can do with the file. You have the new model, and then you have the new query tab, and then you have the open model and all of that. So this is what you can do with the file. Then the edit tab, all these are what you can do when you have imputed a character in that space. So all these are looking like they are unselected, will be selected. So the view, home, and everything. So the query does the execution, the stopping of execution, stop the script and all of that. So the database, all right, this connects to the database, and store info, this is clear. You can, these are what you just input anytime you want to call it, probably when you are working the website and all of that. So this is your server status. This tells you what you can do with the server, and then the tools, and then you have the scripts and all of that. So that section, that's the management section, tells you, and this is the schema. A schema is like a database that stores data, and then you have all our schemas there, and then administration is what you can do to the schema. Every action you can perform on the schema, as you can see, it does everything. Server status, so everything you want to do to the schema is there, and then you have the schema themselves. So yeah, this is the place, and then this one is the database, like when you want to create a new schema. So, and then the table, this does it, this creates a new table and all of that. And then there's a view. We'll talk about that during the end of the MySQL section. Also, this is the stored procedure and the function. So we'll discuss all these for the end of the MySQL series. So this is the space we'll work with. This is where we work with. So we'll be taking a lot on MySQL. You will see that MySQL is not something you should stress about. They're very easy, not too complicated. There are like various syntaxes that you can use in MySQL. Very many syntaxes. So the basics is what we'll be taking today. The select. You have the select. You have the use. You have the show databases. The use database is to tell you that yes, this is the database we're working on. So let's use this. The show database displays everything, and then the select takes the database or the table you have created in the database. Then we'll create a database first by using the create database syntax. Then we'll create a table under the database because it is a structured query language. It imputes data in rows and columns. So that is literally the basic part of structured query languages. So as you can see, we use the select statement, the use, the show, the insert into, we insert our values into the tables that we have, the table we created, and then we select from it, and then we do very many things. So these are like the very basics of data analytics, and then also show you how we can use the whole MySQL environment as well. So there's nothing much on it, nothing much, not too bad. So first thing first, we'll use our create table with the create database, and while creating database, we'll create the name of the database, probably a shop. Let's create a database name shop, and then we create a table under the database. You insert values into the database, and then what we're going to do, we're going to do a lot of things. Like I said, then we'll show the tables that we created, the databases that we created, and it shows the values. You use syntaxes, small syntaxes that we have to learn. Very many things. So let's start creating. So we use the create syntax, the create database. Okay, the name of our database shop. All right, shop, and then we'll run it. So this one is used when you select the query. That's the command. When you select the command you want to run it, you have to select it. Why this one will run the command but without selecting it. It runs the command that's under the cursor. Why this one we clicked on, it's like select it first and then you run it. Do you get what I'm saying? Then this selects the command, the other selects the command under the cursor. So you run that, this runs the command under the cursor. So we use that. That's just, I'm telling you how to use the tools now. So this is the log area. This shows the detailed part of whether the MySQL, whether a command was executed successfully or not. It shows if it's unsuccessful. So if we try to rerun, instead of, let's create a database. Okay, instead of even creating a database, let's go back and run it. It's like creating a new database. So can you see it has displayed an error? So it has displayed an error. So that area there is used to show errors and if a command was successful. So that's literally it. So we'll create I said it's used to show if a command was executed successfully or not. All right, so literally we'll be going through many things in this MySQL series. So just stay active, just make sure you're active, and then so we'll create our database, another database is called the model. So I can use that show and the show database, and then the use database. So show database is rather like shows the databases we have created, and then the use tells us that yes, we are using this particular one. So we use shop. So this tells us that we want to start using the shop database, and then we'll use the show database. Databases, do not make mistake. Show databases displays everything. Yeah, all the databases we have created. Can you see? You can see the information there. Some on the left side of the panel, on the schema panel, and you can see the shop we created. So then schema panel. So you can see the shop we created. That's the one we created up, and then the models as well is up. So as you can see, so it displays everything, the whole database you have created. So that's that about that. So we'll move on to the create table, right? So the create table is like we're going to create a table, because as I said before, SQL impute data in a structured query form. Do you get? So it creates the table. It's impute data in row and column in unstructured data like MongoDB and all of that, and Flask. So MongoDB is an unstructured query language. It's an unstructured database, so they don't use rows and column. Do you get? So here we use rows and column. So we have to create a table and then name the table products, which is under the shop. So product, and then we input our values. Why is this showing error? So we input our product. We'll start with the product ID. You know, that's like the primary key. So the first thing you, so that we used to like specify a particular row, we give, it's a must to give a table an ID, and each row in a table an ID. So it's called, the first one is the ID, which is the primary key. Do you get? This syntax used to create a column. So this tells you that in the column ID, each row will have a specific ID, so that would differentiate it from the next. So we use, as it's showing an error, oh, I mistakenly added the underscore, which I'm not supposed to add. I have to remove that, and then create a product ID. Okay, and then the next is the product name. So we use the voucher. Do you know, I call it the voucher, is used to input character. So if you noticed, we input the name of the column first, then we input the data type. For that first one, the first column is a primary key, so, and that it uses an auto increment that increases one by one by itself automatically. So the product name voucher means character, is a character data type. So you input the number of character, let's say 100, and then we'll use the product price, called the price. So we can use float. Float is the data type as well, but floats, the difference between floats and decimal. Decimal shows an exact point, the particular point where it stops, like it gives a more precise value, while float gives a round up value, so there may be error. So I prefer using decimal. So product, and like I said, float will round it up to a specific amount. So if you want to use floats, you use the float and not null. Then, but decimal will give you the exact. It's called the point estimation. It doesn't even, not even an estimation, like the point value. But float will give you a rounded value. So if you want to use float, like I said, we use the not null. Tell you that it is not null. There's no long value there. And I would advise you to use decimal. Decimal is the best. So use decimal. 10 to 2. 10 tells the number. So 10 will tell you the number, like the number before the decimal point, and then 2 tells you the number after the decimal point. So that's literally 8. So we have to like run this, as you can see. So like I said, decimal shows you like exact when it goes for pricing, while float is not ideal. Do you get what I'm saying? So these are the little things you have to know during data analytics. So these are the very minimum, like that's why I say basics. You have to understand the basic first before you enter the advanced level. So this is literally it. So we'll run this, and let's run this. All right, can you see the log down there? That's run. So you can see 0 rows affected. So next, we'll insert our values into the table. So we've created a table product, so we have to insert values into it. Like I said, SQL is a structured query language, rows and column. So we created the table, listed our column. So the values, the data in those columns. So this is what we are inputting. They are making the row. You can see the ID increments by itself. Can you see auto increments? And then the product name and the price is what we are going to manually input. That's why the inserts, that is the function that insert into the product name. So generally, what is the train error? Okay, never mind this. It will come up by itself when we input our values. So let's open our bracket. So these are the values. So open our brackets, and then the value name, let's use shirt. Let's just use shirt. So shirts, name of the product, shirts, t-shirts. I'm sorry, t-shirts. Come on. So what should be the price? Let's put 5,000. 5,000.00 decimal 2 points. That's it. So use our comma, and then we'll product skirts. Let's use skirts this time around. So we use skirts. Okay, let's just use 2000 should be good. Yep. And then we use cap, product cap. Oh, sorry, use product tab. Yeah, product cap. Sorry, you can, that side is adjustable, you can adjust it to the right, so you see space, so we can see our full code. So use the product cap, and then we'll put probably 100. The prices should be 100. So we'll now insert our values into sorry, mistake. So yeah, so now let's run the query, let's run the command. So as you can see, 0 rows are affected, so our values have been inserted into it. And then we will now use the ultimate, the the select statement. So select it, use select is used to show, select shows it. So select everything from our products table, select it, and then boom, it shows. Can you see this is our full this is it, this is how it should be. Can you see you have the t-shirts and everything? So please, we have gone through the basics, we have gone through everything. Please subscribe to my channel, like and comment, please. This is everything we have. We have done the basics, we have inputted our values, we have created our database, created a table, imputed values into the table. We have done the very basics, we have worked on it. So throughout the end of the year, MySQL series, we'll be going through a lot of things, we'll be doing a lot. So please stay active, make sure you subscribe, like this video, please subscribe to my channel, and then comment in. So these are the minimum things you should do to push my videos, and also turn on the notification panel so that you can receive immediate, when I post a new video, you can receive an immediate notification that I've posted. So that's all. That's episode 1 done. You have installed MySQL, we have created a database, we have created a table, we have added data into the table, the most used SQL command select. We have gone through that, we have used it. So if this helped you, please click the like button, subscribe and comment, so I know you're following the journey.